Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 7:59 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Monday, the 28th of August. This week is, or this month is going by extremely fast, but it's our first week back. So I hope that you guys are all doing well and feeling well and looking well. I've seen some of you recently. Very recently, but I haven't seen a lot of you great people in over a week. So it's been like 10 days. So I hope that you guys are doing good this morning. Welcome back to the City of Light. Well, thank you, Daniel Calderon. I appreciate that very much. Judge Kim DeGiovanni and Aisha Saxon is here as well. So good to see all of you guys. I hope that you guys had a great week, a motivated and uplifting week. We got a lot of things to tell you about from our very interesting trip in Chicago with the NTI, the Neighbor Works Training Institute. So many great things in the area of housing and affordable housing and affordability that we will be detailing to you guys. So we'll let you know all about what we talked about. But today we have a very interesting interview for you guys. Today, returning to our show this morning is Minerva Caltayud of the Women's Business Development Center, here to talk about the Elevate Cohort for Childcare businesses. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
How was your weekend?
It was very good. It was awesome.
Okay.
And yours?
Oh, it was very interesting. It was a heck of a weekend. It was great. Feels good to be back here in Illinois. Or in Aurora, rather. I was in Illinois the whole time. But it didn't feel like it, actually. Everybody needs a vacation for a little bit. Didn't feel like it. So to start off with, the cohort has already begun, correct? It's a 6-week.
No, the cohort
class.
Hasn't begun.
It hasn't begun yet? Okay.
No. This is an invitation for all the childcare.
Okay.
The childcare owners, either home daycares or centers.
Okay.
That are ready to grow their business. So this is going to be a 6 weeks cohort. Okay. And we are going to touch in things like developing growth plans. That's the main goal of this cohort. So at the end of the 6 weeks, they will have a growth plan that they can immediately implement. And we are going to touch into marketing elements and how to use digital tools to be more efficient. We are going to touch a lot in operations and like HR, how to hire employees. We are going to have somebody expert in DCFS that will help them, guide them, give them tips how to meet all the requirements, regulations of DCFS as they grow. And we are going to touch as well on, I said operations, finances, marketing. So it's going to be really good for those people that are ready to expand to a second daycare or are ready to move outside of their home to a center.
Okay.
So I want to invite everybody in Aurora, but also in DuPage, Kane, Kendall, and Will to come and join us for this Elevate cohort for childcare.
You guys are not limited only to Aurora.
No, we are not.
Right. And just for the record, too, the WBDC is also not limited only to women as well.
Yes.
So, men, if you have questions about your business or, maybe you're the childcare cohort, you never.
Yeah,
you never.
Not only women own childcare.
You can definitely take part, learn, and understand as well. And I am on the website, so I did want to read. Weekly topics range from SWAT analysis to operational efficiencies, like you said, and recovery methods. SWOT being an acronym for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and
threats.
That's
Yes.
right. I was wondering what the T was.
You're
I was
looking
like,
at me.
yeah.
And threats.
In addition to this group learning, clients attend one-on-one advising sessions and discuss their business plans and financials. So those one-on-one sessions are with yourself and the team as well.
Yes.
Now, when folks are going through the course, many questions may rise up and come out of nowhere, and you're able to help them. People who've been in this industry, what are the number one questions that they have? Like, what are some of the questions that they come up with when they're doing this with you, or as the cohort is going on?
Many times it's finances. It's understanding their numbers and making sure they know they are profitable and that they have enough money to make the change and to grow, or to know how to be ready to receive capital, money from financial institutions. So we help them understand all those elements. Also, how to promote and how to capture more clients, and understand when will they get the break even. So they need to understand when are they going to start. As they grow and they invest more money, they need to understand how many kids they need to have in the daycare to be profitable.
Okay. Because how they start, I'm sorry, Dan.
No, go ahead.
Because how they start, they may experience some rapid growth, but then what next? You have to be efficient with it, right?
Yes, of course. We will touch a lot in how to make your day-to-day more efficient using technology, because maybe you are doing a lot of things in paper, and maybe you don't have a system in place where you can capture like appointments with parents, reviews with your team, payments from the parents to understand who's late, who is paying on time, and try to make a good pricing strategy. All those elements are very important. And if you make it more efficient and you have a system in place where you can capture all of that, it makes things better.
So I was thinking, and I was wondering too, when dealing with the childcare provider, whether it's just home or a small shelter, what have you, and they sign up for this class, so now they're obviously ready or think that they're ready to take those next steps. What kind of teams are we talking about here? Are they mostly like single parents, or are they husband and wife teams? I would imagine that they're not too big already.
No, it's a little bit of everything. Okay. Normally, a lot of family, they're part of mom and dad.
Right.
But when you're in a home daycare, a lot of them are just one person is the owner. Mm-hmm. But as they grow, they need the support. And there's a lot of owners that it's a couple. Okay. Yeah, it's both.
Okay. So the Rise Up curriculum, week 1 is getting started.
This is Elevate.
Elevate. My
yes,
bad.
Sorry.
My
bad. No. Just to clarify, Rise Up is for startups of childcare. Elevate is the one that is coming on September 7th.
Okay.
And that is for established childcare owners.
Okay, let me scratch myself up. Okay, week 1 for Elevate is growth goals. Excuse me. Yes. Week 1 for Elevate is growth goals. While owners are in the cohort, they also receive one-on-one advising assistance on operations, financials, and opportunities to increase revenue. What is the typical growth goal for that week 1 business and business owner? What's their typical week 1, or is there a basic week 1 start that the WBDC tries to guide them through?
We try to make them think on the growth goal on week 1. Mm-hmm. So we don't try. We make them think on the growth goal.
I like that. There you go.
Scratch it.
No, we clap for that. That was a good one. I like that. Yeah, we don't try.
We don't try. We do it. Yes, we are doers.
Well said. Very well said.
So it's important that starting the cohort, they are already committed to what they want to grow. So are they thinking number of kids? That they have to define where are the areas that they need to improve and what is going to make them grow.
Okay.
So if they already might have a long waiting list of kids waiting for them to expand. That happens to some daycares. They
Right.
are so good, and they have really good programs that they have a lot of referrals, but they don't have the space or the number of employees that enables them to grow. So then maybe that the goal for that person is not a marketing strategy, but it is to find the capital, to be able to find a location, or to be able to hire employees so they can start bringing more kids.
Okay.
So it depends on the stage where they are. The growth goals will be different.
Okay. And then week 2 is industry analysis. Now what is the industry? Is this a growing, budding industry? Is this childcare is a constant in this country. We've seen there's a need for childcare in a lot of places, but what is the industry like for an outsider?
Well, what we do there, it's going to be for them to understand their competitors,
Okay.
and understand the trends in the market and the trends in the area where they are located or they want to move. So if you are in an area where people are very concerned about the environment and they are all organic and healthy and sporty, and maybe that is where you need to go as a daycare, right? Because those are the parents that are going to drop their kids there.
Right.
If you are in an area that is very industrial, where people need you to be available third shift, they need daycare where they can leave their kids late, pick up late, or leave the kids very early. Then that's what you need to do. But you need to understand, where are you located? What is happening in your industry overall in terms of legislations? Is there any change? But most importantly, in this case, for this type of participants, is what's going on in my community, and what are the needs in my community that I can feel those needs with new programs, with new ideas, so you can differentiate.
Right.
Knowledge is power.
Right, exactly. Stay ahead of what's changing, what's coming, what's new, what are people looking for, what are they thinking about. In regards to legislation, we've been fortunate to talk to a lot of legislators on the show. Are there any recent changes or anything going on that is kind of something to keep our eye on that would be significant in the industry that could be changed or is proposing or being proposed rather?
No, right now nothing big change in the childcare industry, nothing big. But as I said, it's not only what is happening in the childcare legislation, but what is happening in the community as a whole.
Okay, that's interesting. So, if you're running a childcare business and you're in Aurora, but you would want to get more clients, for a lot of parents, surely distance that they have to go to drop their kids off is a factor. So what would be best for a business to want to get more parents, but they'd have to drive a little bit? How can I bring them in?
Well, it's one of the ways that a lot of daycares do is have a bus, like pickup services, and help with that, right? Or the before and after programs. That could be one thing, but that, of course, needs one more person in your team that can drive that, because somebody has to be there waiting for the kids that are coming in, right? So in terms of doing that, it's a great service, but you have to have the team and the means to do that. But that's one of the things that we do during the cohort. Identify those needs, calculate the cost of achieving those objectives, and then we help you find the right sources for the money that you need for that. There's a lot of support right now for the childcare industry, and I think there's going to be more. So
that's good to know.
If they plan and they do it the right way, I think they can do it.
Nice. Now, week 3 is customer profiles. What's that exactly? Customer profiles.
Okay, so on what we do is you have your current client today, right? You have a set of families, and in the case of childcare,
Bill and Mary, right? You got Bill and Mary.
We have Bill and Mary with the 3 kids. Now, is Bill and Mary with the 3 kids are gonna be what makes you grow, or do you need other type of people coming into your daycare? A lot of daycares have kids that are subsidized by the government, and that is great, but sometimes they need to have a combination. They need to have a combination of full paid kids.
Subsidized by the government, what do you mean?
Low-income families get the support for daycare. So that's...
I get it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So there's some daycares might need to do special programs after school where they can charge a little more and they can get more revenue, or they can get other type of families together with the ones they have. So depends on the situation. The location, again, is important, especially when it's a home daycare that it's going to grow and they have space and they can expand, but still in the same location. They have some limitations, right? But if you are moving out from there and now you are looking for other areas, that's where you can start thinking, what type of families do you want to be taking care of?
Right. Yeah, just like a business, looking for new markets.
Looking for new. So it's important to know exactly who is that client, right?
Right.
Who is that client that is going to bring your new client, right?
Yes.
So the more you know about their needs, behaviors, you are going to be better helping them.
Right.
Finding a solution for them.
So not to jump ahead, but what is the pinnacle for the childcare? Like what is the top of the ladder? What when we had Miss Beasley, when we had Donna Beasley on, she was talking about how the government looks for people in all walks of life who are doing things to bring them on a team. She brought up the example of like the Navy, right? You go to the base, all the contractors there are just regular people. The stuff in the store is just, somebody's dad made it however many years ago and we have a contract for. So I'm wondering, if I have a home daycare center and it's going good and we continue to elevate, right? We continue to do better. I take the courses with you. I sign up for the 6-week program at WBDC.org, right?
Yeah.
What is my top? Can I be, would the government be able to like use my business, or what are the possibilities that could potentially happen?
Well, I open more daycares. I don't know.
Okay.
Doing business with government in childcare, it will be a modification of the government offices so they provide that benefit for the employees. Of course, you can.
Okay.
You can put a daycare next to a government office and then you promote yourself there. But I will have to talk to Donna. I haven't seen like government providing benefits.
Yeah, I was wondering, is there any example of like of this was Jim and Mary's childcare business and now they are the directors of the Illinois Childcare Institute? I don't know, Oh,
well, that would be a different type of career. Remember that the childcare owners, their main thing is taking care of the kids.
Okay, right.
So if they go and of course they can. I have seen that. A lot of daycare owners work maybe now at the union, or maybe they work at the DCFS.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, that can happen, and that is a big plus because they they have lived the other side,
right,
and then they can help.
Right. That's where
That's where you were going.
Yeah, because it makes a lot of sense. And plus, it's two services that the WBDC has: the Illinois Apex Accelerator, and this. So I was wondering, like, yeah, that would be probably a great segue or a great way for a person to, but the mission is obviously having the childcare daycare center and taking care of the kids.
There's a lot of, many times the path is, there are different paths how they go, they come and decide they want to have a home daycare. One is they need money. They need a means to start getting money to pay for the bills and feed the family. And they decide to open a daycare at home. Other times is mom has a kid and either she cannot afford a daycare, or she want to be a stay-home mom, and then they decide to open a daycare, and they do all the classes and prepare, and then they become very successful. They find if they prepare well and they have a differentiating point and they do all the right things, they start growing, right? Other times they start in a childcare center and then they decide to open their own business, either at home or starting a center. And we actually are going to have in the program, and we invite somebody that work in DCFS, work in a childcare center, and now wants to help the providers. And she's going to be at Elevate. She's the one that is going to talk about how do you prepare to meet all the requirements from the government. It's a very regulated industry, and that's important because they are taking care of the most precious thing that anybody can have, right? So it's important that safety, education, everything is aligned.
Right.
So yes, there are different paths, and it depends. I wouldn't say the pinnacle is to be a director in an office from the government. It depends because most of I would say all of them, all the childcare providers, they have this passion and love for kids.
Right. And like you said, that's a whole different profession. That person is, that's separate from what we're...
And they are great. They are great doing that. So where we come is to help them because they wear different hats, right? It's the one that is taking care of the kids. And what we do is helping them with the business side, understand how to manage a business.
Right.
Because taking care of a kid takes them 90% of their time.
Right. Yeah. If you're a parent, it's almost like a business, right?
Yeah. The most difficult one, right? I was talking to my friend, is like, you never know if you fail. If you have 3, maybe the first one you fail. The second one you have a better chance. The third one you are, yes, I have this ready to go.
Absolutely. Ask your kid if they're hungry. Do we have McDonald's money? Do we have it? It's like you tell me if we have it. The time is 8:22. So I want to deliver some quick news for these wonderful folks, and then we're going to deal with week 4 of Elevate on WBDC.org. Almost did it again. Jose Art, good morning. Norma Peterson, good morning. Jennifer Ryan Mayton, good morning to you. Kristen Garrick, good morning. Michael Rayford is here. Good morning to you. And Stephen Hendry, good morning as well. Patty Encinas, good morning. And Juan Cayetano is here. He says, good morning, folks. Wishing y'all a successful day out there. Well, thank you very much. We wish you a successful day as well. I have some information for you that is extremely important. And I'm going to give this to you, great folks, and then we will be right back on our show here with our friend Minerva Caltayud of the Women's Business Development Center. So 3 quick things to tell you guys about. Bardwell Residences Senior Living has a fall market coming up, and it's open to the public. This is going to be Saturday, November 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They're seeking vendors, a booth area, supply your own table materials and goods for sale. This is going to be at 301 Weston Avenue in Aurora. Bartwell Residences is a fantastic senior living residence, and we were there. Boy, when was the last time I was there? National Night Out. I was there, National Night Out, and we were hanging. We took the tour, and it was cool. And I thought to myself, man, when I become a senior, I'd be proud to live here.
Nice.
Yep. Okay. Fiestas Patrias. Are you ready? Celebrating our Hispanic heritage. This is going to be September 9th and 10th. Live music, authentic food, and arts and crafts. So there's a great lineup here. And Saturday, there's going to be, hold on, the print is really small on this flyer. Les Tucanes. Sunday is going to be Mi Banda, El Mexicano de Casim. I'm not even going to, you know what?
Pass me the flyer and I read it.
Hold on. Hey, Brett, can you give this to me? You know what? There's easier ways to do this, Curtis. Jesus. I'll let Minerva deliver that great piece of news for you guys.
Fiestas Patrias en Aurora, septiembre 9 y 10. This is little, you're right.
Yeah, they wrote small.
Live music, authentic food, arts and craft. Okay. Banda El Maguey on Sunday. I'm going backwards. Los Tucanes de Tijuana. Oh, that sounds fun. On Saturday. And on Sunday as well, Mi Banda El Mexicano de Casimiro.
Thank you so much. Oh, man. We did it. We got there in the end. See? That's how we roll, man. We'll get you the news.
I'm going to be there. I'm going to bring my mom.
You're going to be there? Okay, all right. I'll be there too. The Neighbor Project will be working off the side. So, yeah, we'll be providing resources for folks. And then the last thing to tell you guys about is the Health Festival with Compañeros en Salud, Saturday, September 9th, 7:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. At the Prisco Community Center, 150 West Illinois Avenue. This is a free event open to the public. There will be breakfast, community resources, prizes, food boxes, and presentations for physical activity. So at 9 o'clock a.m., Know Your Health Numbers will be the first presentation. 10 o'clock a.m. will be How to Read Food Labels. Very important.
Very.
Very important. I mean, you will not. I remember when I learned how to read a food label, my mom, I never stopped looking. I was very conscious about what I'm putting in my body. And 10:30 a.m. will be an exercise demonstration by Linda White of Dance Fuse Studio. Screenings, glucose, body mass index, blood pressure, vaccines, and more. Coming your way very soon, September 9th, 7:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. The time is 8:26 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Okay. Woo. All right. So we talked about, now we're going to move on to week 4, which is marketing strategy. But I had a question real quick. So one of the things that the cohort does is teach the client, the family, the mom and dad, whoever they are doing the childcare providing, about their competitors. Mm-hmm. There's other childcare providers out there. But then there's what I'll call for this conversation, the big dogs. You know, Childcare. Mm-hmm. The other one with the blue castle looking thing. I can't think of it at the moment. How do I, right? If I'm a little guy in my house with just a couple of kids, how do I compete against those big monsters? How do I compete against Childcare? Mm-hmm. Can you tell us some of the tips for free on the show right now before we sign up for the cohort?
If I say everything, they will not want to come. They know it now.
Like, I can just watch this for an hour.
Secret.
Right. No, yeah, I know. And I know there's a lot to it. Sure. There's a lot to it.
No, definitely it's knowing your client. Some parents, they don't want their kids in a big school at the age of 1 year old, 6 months. They want to have a personal connection with somebody, right? So that could be a differentiating point. Other things are price. Price is different when you are in a home daycare versus a center. There's other things. So it depends on if you understand what the wishes, behaviors, and needs of those parents.
The wishes, behaviors, and needs.
Yes,
I like that.
You need to understand what they want,
Right.
and then they will decide. Well, if you can be more flexible, maybe. There are some home daycares that accept kids all the way to midnight. So parents can pick up after the third shift, as I said before. And in a big center, they don't do that. They offer other things, right? But they don't do that type of service.
You're right.
So
You're right. There is no KinderCare is not open till midnight.
the other thing,
You're right.
The other thing is very common is that the home daycare, the owners will cook the food. They will go to the grocery. They cook like a lot of Hispanic home daycares. They will have the traditional Mexican meal for their kids every day. They will have the soup and the beans and the rice and that's important for some parents. In a center that is one of those franchise, there's different. It's very healthy food, but it's a different type of food.
Wow. Yeah, you're
so
right.
there are little things like that.
Apple slices or pozole. I'm going to have to go with pozole. I like pozole. That's why I brought that up.
Don't give pozole to a 6
No.
months.
That was a joke. But yeah, I didn't think about that. You're right. But there is, but the home daycare that the person is providing, separate from being a center, are there regulations on what the food
Yes.
should? Okay.
When they inspect, they will inspect everything. Yes.
Okay. And I did want to talk about the inspection. So what does that consist of for the home daycare provider? What are they going through when it comes to being inspected and receiving the inspections, and who's doing the inspecting?
They have somebody assigned to them, and they go and they inspect the space, the number of teachers, the program. The ratio teacher kids is very important. The conditions of the building, all the guidelines, procedures. They have to have manuals for the parents. It's a whole to do. But it's all good as they have to. The first step to open a daycare is to go through all those classes and then get your license. That's why it takes so long to get your license, because they have to be prepared with everything. So inspection is just to make sure that kids are safe and kids are in good conditions.
Right. Who's doing the licensing? Where does that come from?
The department, it's called the DCFS, the Department of Childcare. DCFS.
Okay, right. No, yeah, for real. I don't know either. Does anybody know? Yeah, we can get that information for you. That's why you sign up for the cohort.
Yeah.
Now when they're doing that, when they're being assessed and anything like that, and if the person or the group, the family, has decided to take on the cohort, if they have any infractions, any violations, does that make them ineligible for it?
For Elevate?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
That's separate from DCFS. This is more a business related cohort.
Gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha. Okay. Strictly business.
Yes.
Yes. DCFS is doing the checking. This is strictly the business.
Yes.
Okay. Now the 6-week program is only $60.
Yes.
That sounds like a great value.
Yes, it is.
Okay. See, that was kind of like the alley-oop right there, you know. Like volleyball, you know. I set it, you spike it, bam.
I didn't spike very well, right?
It's all right. We're still going to win. All right. So the, excuse me, I want to read real quick. So the Elevate cohort is available to established, licensed home providers and childcare center providers. It guides participants through a step-by-step process to develop a business and marketing plan, learn operational policies and procedures, and implement sound methods for managing their childcare business financials. While owners are in the cohort, they also receive one-on-one advising assistance on operations, financials, and opportunities to increase revenue. What's one thing that a lot of people don't know that's a real easy lift for them to increase their revenue when they get into class? They're like, aha, I didn't know that. What's one thing that they can do to make that increase for themselves?
having a website that works.
Okay.
And understand who are you targeting. As I said, it seems repetitive, but that's the base of any business, right? Know the value you provide, know the problem you're solving, and then promote that solution to those target clients. So it's important that they understand also their revenue monthly and their cost monthly, so they can make informed decisions on, I'm spending too much in this area, how can I save money, or how can I bring more kids or bring a different program. Those are things that are things that are easily to identify, and they can improve fast on those.
Now, the marketing strategy. What with not everybody is able to use the website or understand that they have one, or understand that they may need one. I think in one of the earlier conversations that we had, you mentioned that people, write things down on notes, keep a drawer full of notebooks and things like that. So for the business or the person who sees that, okay, I need a website, but they don't have any way or means to do that. Does WBDC have any ways to help them create a website or maintain a website or establish one if they don't have one, and that will help them out? What kind of resource is provided for those folks who say, yes, I need a website, but I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to running one?
We do not do websites for them.
Okay.
We can teach them all the elements a website needs to have.
Okay.
We do that. How important are the different, let's say, the structure of a good website. We can give them our opinion on how their website, if they have one, can be improved, and how to analyze the data, or the same with whatever they are doing in social media. We can teach them how to analyze whether or not they are having an impact with the post or the reel or the blog they did. Many of them, they promote themselves in Facebook, and some of them promote themselves in other social medias, and some of them try to be everywhere. So we teach them that they don't need to be everywhere. They just need to be in the social media where their clients are. So, and we can direct them to resources, to people that can help them with their website. Also, the new platforms, there are platforms that they can use for free to create a website easily, like Wix, for example, and they can do a website for free. And they have templates and everything. So, and we can give them names of marketing people. And that's where we do the cost analysis. How much will it take me? How much money will cost for me to make a website? But what's the benefit of investing that money, and where the money can come? We have some programs that are loans with zero interest. Kiva. Gabriela
right.
was here,
Yep,
right?
Kiva.
So they can use Kiva.
Microloans.
Yes, and for building a website that is so important for people to find them. The other key element is being in Google, registering Google so people can find them, and that's free.
Oh, yes, Google My Business.
Yes,
that is
free.
right.
That's free, and they can just we can make sure that they are doing it correctly, and then that's another key element for people to find them.
Yeah. Google My Business is a great resource. Great
Yes.
resource. But it works better for some businesses and it works different for other ones. For us, it works pretty good. For other businesses, it works great because, we're not selling a product or service. And some of the stuff that we've posted, Google has taken it down. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
because we, all kinds of stuff. We've posted like, hey, support, come out and support whatever. And Google sees the language and we'll just take it down, which is unfortunate. But anyway, all right. So the time is 8:38 a.m. So for a lot of the people who may be watching this and have children, I'd like to know, what do you think they should be looking out for if they're considering daycare? If they, if they're newborn or young child and they're considering daycare, what, as a parent, we're both parents here, what are you looking for when it comes to daycare? I know your children aren't in daycare anymore, but what is the parent looking for? What are you looking for when you go to daycare?
Well, that's a a very personal.
Sorry about that. Yeah, it is a little personal, right?
Yeah, but it's I can say what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Look for safety.
Okay.
Look for how they communicate with you. Are they communicating what they do during the day?
Okay.
What activities they have? Are they outside? Are they? And again, it depends on what is important for the parent, right?
Right.
For me, it was important that my kid was outside, that my kid that was, depending on the age, that there
Sure.
was a program in place where as they grow, they are learning.
Mm-hmm.
Some daycares are very focused on maybe, I don't know, all growing outside a garden, playing outside all day long. Other might be very focused on kids are going to get out of my daycare reading, writing, and
Arithmetic.
knowing numbers, right?
Right.
So depends on the goal of the parents, what type of food they receive. Do I bring my food? Do they provide the food?
Right.
What are the schedule? What is the price? But I think communication, daily communication with the parents is for me was very important.
Right. Now week 5 is excuse me. Week 5 is operations. What is the operating guideline that we're giving folks in these cohorts?
Two things we are going to
starting?
be focusing is we are going to have an expert in HR.
Okay.
So they know all the procedures. What's the difference between a contractor and an employee? What to do, the type of things you can do to keep your employees, the qualifications they need to have, all those procedures and methods. The other thing is we are going to bring up somebody in real estate during the week of operations. What do you need to consider when you are finding a new location for your business? And we are going to talk about some of the childcare platforms that are in the market. There are different ones. So we are just going to discuss some of them. So they can understand there are things out there that they can subscribe where they have everything in one platform, from invoices, calendar, reports, payment, payroll, everything in one platform. And then so they can see, compare, and then the participants will do their own research. But that they know those things exist, and that will make their lives so much easier. So that's the main focus that we are going to have on that session.
I've seen people advertise on some of their services, like Facebook, right? I'll just use that as an example. Marketplace and all these other places and some of these groups that you have. I've seen people advertise their services on Facebook and some of the groups. Is that a good thing, or is it better to do it more on the platforms that you're talking about that have the ability to regulate, with payments and things like that? Is that generally a good practice?
Well, one thing is advertising, and the other is more for operational efficiencies. So yes, social media is perfect for advertising. Social media, it's a good tool for advertising. There are other ways. You don't need to just rely on social media, having a good website. But the social media will take you to that website. Other things...
Just a tool to do that with.
Yes.
Right.
You can do email marketing as well. You can create a channel in YouTube. Or you can... The only thing with the childcare is that not everybody wants, like, if you can do a YouTube channel about the daycare, for example, but you cannot put photos of the kids unless you have permission and
Can't
things
do
like
that. That's right. Yeah.
But you can. There are different ways they can promote
Right. Yeah, I was wondering about that because in all the times I've seen a lot of advertisements in different places for services, like the laundromat, the board,
yeah.
the sticker,
Yes.
schools and the
In the
leaving
schools.
out with the cork board
Yes.
and all kinds of different places.
Traditional advertising is
Yeah,
still good.
it
It's
is.
still good.
And it still goes on too. And I know a lot of people who have found lifelong friends with their childcare provider through those means.
Yeah.
College break room. Hey, I'm babysitting. Like, so it's interesting. We talk about all of this marketing with the new tools that are available, but yet and still sometimes the right ads in the right place for the right reason.
Yes.
We'll
Agree.
always get that right candidate. Those are traditional. It never goes
Agree.
away.
And referrals.
Never goes away. Yeah.
Referrals in a daycare are big time. It's very important.
Right.
You will take your kid if you know that somebody recommended to you, right?
Yeah.
It's like going to the doctor or the hair or making your hair the hairdresser. I will not go if I don't know somebody told me it's good.
Yeah, true, right? You're not just going to, nobody's ever done that. Nobody's just ever seen the hair salon, I'll try this place. No, it doesn't work like that. I'll see what happens. No, we're not going to see what happens. Yeah, my mom, there's a great family of folks who used to watch me and my younger brother when we were like really small kids. And my mom found that lady at college. She found her, she was taking some courses, but like, it was just one thing. Like, I watch kids, and then she called, and we still know this family.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great people.
It becomes an extension of your family.
Yep, we still know them. Still do Thanksgiving dinners and and all that. So now week 6 is sustainability and growth. Sustainability and growth. So me and my wife, we have a daycare business here. I work still. She doesn't, so we're getting there. Now we've signed up for the Elevate. So we're, we've got goals, we got ideas. So sustainability and growth. What are we getting out of class? What are we learning with?
So at the end of the class, as I said, in the first class, you start your plan, your growth goals. And as you go through the course, you're going to be filling out a sustainability growth plan where it would say, this is where I'm going to grow. Are going to be my challenges. I'm going to solve it this way. This is where I'm going to get my funds, or they will be at least saying I'm going to find these funds, and they will present what they did and where they want to go.
Okay.
They will learn how to pitch their business and say if whenever they need to ask for money, be prepared with everything they need to request the money. Financial
statements and all that stuff. Okay. Now, typically, how many successful classes have you guys had, successful graduates and families and in the cohorts?
With Elevate?
Yes, with Elevate.
Yeah, several years. We have this, I don't know the amount, but Elevate and Rise Up have existed for several years. So, yeah, we normally have groups of between 15 to 20 people in each cohort, and that makes a very nice community of people, a group of people that at the end of the cohort, they still get connected, they support each other. These cohorts, the benefit is that it's not only us bringing the information, they all input their experience are the things that have worked for them. We learn every class. We learn at the people at the WBDC. We learn new things that we didn't know they existed, but the participants know them.
What have you learned or noticed in your time doing this?
Details of the day-to-day that we are far off, right? So, or maybe some people use a special digital tool that it was more that they like, or they solve a problem in a different way, or they brought an idea of how to I don't know, to differentiate in against other competitors, or how they promoted themselves. It depends, but there are many things we learn in my job. I learn things every day.
Right. You never stop learning.
Yes.
You never stop learning. So this is a 6-week program. Excuse me. When does it start?
September 7.
September
It's
7.
From 1 to 3 every Tuesday until October 12.
Okay.
Sorry, scratch that.
Scratch it
Thursdays.
up. Thursdays.
Every Thursdays, September 7 to October 12, from 1 to 3 Central Time.
All right. Yeah, it happens. I mean, it was, from Tuesday to Thursday, rise up or elevate. It's we all need a scratch up every now and again. Tuesdays and Thursdays. And how can folks contact you?
Let me correct. It's only Thursdays.
On Thursday, right? Only Thursdays. Only Thursdays. Correct. Yep.
What did you ask? Sorry.
How can folks contact you? What's your contact information?
They can contact me with my email, mcalataYud @wbdc.org. Maybe you put it in the chat.
I think I'm going to do that. At WBDC.org?
Yes, .org. I forgot the last part.
All right. It's there in the chat for folks. All right. Tharoon Matthias, good morning. Jen Mendoza is here.
Jen.
Hi, Jen. Good morning to you. Emily is here. Gloria Jurado and Tracy Duran. And Njoli Jamara is here. Njoli is a dear friend, and she is the founder of Meaningful Letters, calligraphy, and fantastic artwork. And her artwork has been at many great locations in downtown Aurora, most notably McCarty Mills and Nide Hardin, I think, are the most recent places that one could see her. Oh, yeah, she's an awesome person. Yep, she's really great. All right, so the time is 8:51. Now, we got your email address here in the chat for your folks. Where's your office located, which is in Aurora as well, right?
Yes, they can come and see me at 43 West Galena Boulevard.
Okay.
We are just in front of Wabonsi in Aurora.
Right.
So we are there Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. On Monday and Fridays, we are remote. So just set up an appointment, whatever you prefer, either Zoom, face-to-face. I would love to see their beautiful faces there,
right.
Or a phone call.
All right. Now, when we write this up at the end, we'll put the link to the website as well, and then on the page detailing the cohort, the Elevate cohort, it tells you about eligibility, and then there's also a great contact form that you guys can fill out as well, and registration is quick and easy.
Yes,
quick and easy too. Okay, now the last thing that we're going to talk about before how much time we got left? We got 8 minutes. That's
if
plenty
you want
of
to,
we can the 2023 Midwest Business Conference is coming up as well. Yes. Tell us about that.
Please don't miss that. It's a once a year event that we do at the WBDC. We are expecting around 300 businesses, and we are what happened in that event is we have presenters, different rooms. You can switch rooms of the different topics relevant about the economy, about how you can transform to growth. And then we have wonderful food, and the best of all is the networking. It's you can network with all kinds of beautiful women and men entrepreneurs that are there. And share your business and connect. So it's big on that. It's always very well attended and very successful. And the vibe when you are there is just the energy is like so high, because people are excited to see other people that are entrepreneurs and to learn a lot.
So I've seen some of the past. It looks like a fantastic event. It's going to be September 6th.
Yes.
And it's going to be at the Hyatt Regency O'Hare in Rosemont, Illinois.
Yes, correct.
So I'll read briefly from it. So welcome to the future at the WBDC's 2023 Midwest Business Conference. Learn from industry leaders about how to take your business to the next level and pursue new business opportunities. Mingle and make promising new connections to expand your network. Speakers at this event are President and CEO Amelia Demenko, Sandra Rand, who is the board chair and retired director of supplier diversity at United Airlines, and Crystal Washington, technology strategist and certified futurist. All right.
And the best thing is there's a discount, a 20% discount.
There is.
Yes, with Caltayud 23, you get a 23. So it's my last name and 23, and you get a 20% discount on the ticket.
All right.
So don't miss it. It's a fantastic event.
Yeah, let me put that in the chat because I already know.
You will
I already know
get
what they're
out
going to say.
of,
Curtis, where's that discount?
They can call me. Don't miss my last name, otherwise they will not get it.
Right, exactly. Yep.
No, really, I invite you to come. You will have fun and you will learn and come out with a lot of connections and ideas.
Right. So WBDC.org is the website. You guys can go on to that. I'll put the link in the chat of the website in the description, but WBDC.org, and it's there's a great banner on top with the events as well, and it's going to be great. September 6th. Do not forget.
Yes, it's coming soon.
Yep. All right. So it's Monday. Daniel Calderon, have a good rest of the day. Rent a Chef is here. Heather and Matt Rainey. That's their names. They cook really good. So it's going to be a busy week. How are you feeling for the rest of the week?
I'm feeling good.
All right.
Despite the fact this was a rough morning today.
It is like that. Every day is a rough morning,
Mondays are hard.
Depending on what you're trying to do.
But
it was just
I feel good.
Okay, good.
I feel good.
The show ends on a positive note. Hold on a second. Oh, that's Jen Ingram. Good morning, Jen Ingram. The show ends on a positive note. What is your message today for the people of Aurora and the listeners?
Get up and start running.
Okay.
That's the only
Health
one I
message. Do you run in the morning?
I don't. But
I thought.
Also start running.
Okay.
Doing things.
Right. Well, you don't have to. It's for you guys to do. The message is for you.
You can do yoga. You can do something.
Absolutely. I wake
now
up.
Be positive, and it's gonna be a great week. It's gonna be sunny and warm, and it's gonna be a good week.
It is going to be 80s this week, so we're ready for that. Josie Mendoza-Geller, good morning to you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope that you guys have a great day, a positive day, and a blessed day today. Please take heed of the information provided by the WBDC here on the show. The Elevate Childcare Cohort is beginning soon, and also the Midwest Business Conference is starting as well. So 2 great pieces of information for you guys to take part in. But not only that, all the information and things that you do with WBDC can help you for your future. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, a beautiful day, and a great week. And we will see you guys back here Wednesday morning with more news, more weather, and the very best of Aurora. Take care of yourself and each other. Thank you.